relatives, friends, faculty, and my fellow members of the class of 2023. My name is Tommy Farellano, and I'm the senior class president. We will now have Nikki Sullivan sing the national anthem. I apologize as some of my fellow students are not able to remove their caps for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You were loved by the right people. That's something that my sister Hannah says to me. Hannah, I don't feel appreciated, or Hannah, what if I don't find my people? Well, Tommy, you're loved by the right people. It sounds straightforward, but let me explain what that means to me anyways. It means that you have people to help, support, and to love you. It means that no matter what, they're behind you day in and day out. What it means is that if you don't feel appreciated or respected or offered a hand by the people surrounding you when you fall down, then you have every right to walk away to find those people. Don't struggle if you don't have to. Don't struggle to make people love you. Don't struggle to make people accept you. Do not struggle to make people understand you, because not everybody will, and that's okay. As I stand here today, I see all of you, but I also see moms and dads, family, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends. I see your support systems. I see your right people. I see those who showed up for you today. Today, we should not only celebrate our successes and what we have accomplished, but the people around us that helped us get to this point. Hannah's right. You are loved, you are valued, and you are respected. Thank you.
Good afternoon, parents, teachers, friends, the little siblings that were forced to come, and of course, the graduating class of 2023. While the start of our high school journey looked rocky because of the pandemic, we picked up our anchors and kept moving as shipbuilders do. If I'm being honest, I might as well have been blacked out at the end of my freshman year and all of my sophomore year because I couldn't even tell you what color my hair was back then. What I do remember is my intense longing to join the military because I wanted to be just like my dad. As the first man to love me and the first man to teach me what genuine effort looks like alongside my mom, I am forever grateful for him. 2 weeks before the start of my senior year, however, I had a quarter-life crisis. I say that because I've been told I'm too young to have a midlife crisis. I started to acknowledge that I was only interested in the military for external validation and the idea that it was too late to change my mind because senior year was just around the corner. Ever since the second grade, I was told I had a lot of potential. Growing up, I felt as though I needed to meet everyone else's standards of me in order to live up to that potential, and what better way to do that than following in the footsteps of someone like my dad. After considering the fact that I look horrible in camouflage, I also realized that I needed to pursue my own path instead of someone else's. Don't worry, Dad, camouflage still complements your bald head. I am now on the road to pursue real estate because I found my true desires: wearing cute clothes, talking, and making money. Whatever your plans are after high school, make sure to create your own path and avoid following others. Unless, of course, you're lost in the woods and see someone confidently walking by you. In that case, you should probably follow them. On a serious note, regardless of your class rank, your SAT score, your popularity, or how many times you got the privilege of sitting in Mrs. Glease's office, you all have the ability to create your own success. Whenever someone says that you have a lot of potential, take that claim lightly because no one truly knows the extent of your potential. You are the one that gets to decide how much effort you display and how many goals you want to achieve. Raise the standards for your future every chance you get. Congratulations again to my peers, and thank you to our parents and guardians for raising us, to our wonderful teachers for educating us, and to Jesus for giving us the patience to persevere through one of Mr. Guest's exams. As a practicing Christian, I give God credit for all of my accomplishments, and I'm excited to see what He has in store for my future, as I hope you are as well. Finally, to all of the incoming freshmen in attendance, my advice to you as the second-ranked student in this graduating class is, if you don't know the answer, choose C. It works out fine. Thank you.
Good afternoon, faculty, friends, family, and the class of 2023. I have a confession to make. I am a fabulous procrastinator. I'm very skilled at it. One of my many methods is mindlessly scrolling on Pinterest. While doing this one day, I found a post that really stuck with me. It read, quote, "One of my college professors used to say, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. I didn't understand that for years because I didn't do anything poorly. I had to do everything perfectly." End quote. The author went on to describe how she learned the truth of this quote living life with depression. For example, brushing your teeth for just 30 seconds when 2 minutes feels exhausting is better than not brushing at all. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly because doing it poorly is better than not doing it. I wish I had heard this sooner. Unlike the author of this post, I have not been diagnosed with depression, but this resonated with me in a different context, academically. There have been simple assignments I never turned in because I couldn't figure out how to say exactly what I wanted to say in a way that was succinct, elegant, and made sense. It is so much easier not to do it at all than to do it perfectly, but it is so much better to do it imperfectly than not do it at all. It doesn't have to be perfect on the first try. You can edit, you can revise, you can try again. It's okay to fail. If you make a mistake, you can apologize and fix it. There is almost always a second chance. Do your best when you can, but if you don't feel up to giving your best to whatever it is you're facing, just finish it. Then come back later and make it better. This isn't the speech I started with. It isn't the one I thought I would write, but it's short and sweet, and most importantly, it's finished. Thank you.
Welcome, administration, faculty, staff, family, and friends. Good afternoon, class of 2023. Let's take in this moment. We made it to graduation. Thank you to everyone who supported me throughout my journey of education. I would like to dedicate this speech to my mom, who puts in the effort to encourage and strengthen me as I make my way through decision-making, life lessons, and hardships. She has taught me to take accountability for my mistakes, accept the past, embrace failures, and remember to add pork adobo. Nope, sorry, that was my bad. And remember to add vinegar to pork adobo. My mom has always instilled in me that my education is the most important thing to pursue. She was born and raised in the streets of Hawaii, where it was a tough time to live in an environment where education didn't seem essential. My mom is a high school dropout and had to pursue her college education later in life while simultaneously raising my older brother and me. I remember those late nights when I would see the downstairs light on and the smell of her midnight snack being heated up. This was when I knew her night would consist of working on her statistics homework. At the time, I didn't realize how impactful that was as I navigated through the obstacles of high school. I stopped taking life seriously as a freshman. When I recognized that we were a low-income family, I mostly gave up. During the first 2 years of high school, I went through the motions and decided that college wasn't for me. Despite that, I kept a steady grade of at least a C in all my math classes throughout high school. Math is my weakness, but it also kept reminding me that I needed to work harder to secure my future. And each time I slowly slipped away from the focus of my education, I recall the memory of how my mom wanted a better future for her family, and that I'm not working hard just for myself, but for others. In retrospect, I should have done more for myself to further my education with the class that Morse had to offer. But that doesn't matter anymore because of how far we all have come together as a class. I can't dwell on the past, and neither should any of you. We have to be in the present, because that's far more important right now. The worry about failing a math test and whether or not people like you are ultimately silly narrations that don't matter, unlike the present you at this moment. My mom and I read Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. A quote from this book reads, "The way you get meaning into your life is to devote yourself to loving others, devote yourself to your community around you, and devote yourself to creating something that gives you purpose and meaning." Thinking back over these 4 years, I realized that my life has meaning, and so do all of yours. And each time we wake up, we are so lucky. We are here to grow and learn from our past. And now is a time when we are being released into the future, where we can strive for the best, exist in the present, and be sincere. Lastly, congratulations to the class of 2023 for making it through your own journey of Morse High School. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Throughout my years at Morse, I have learned so much from so many incredible teachers, staff, and students. I cannot begin to express my gratitude for all of their mentorship and support. Though I do not have time to share all of the advice of these wise people, I'd like to share one important thing I learned with you all today. Many of you know Mr. O'Leary, our former drama teacher here at Morse, who retired last year. Every year that he was at Morse, the theater department put on a play written by a Morse student. I remember Mr. O'Leary was always telling us theater folk to, quote, do the work. Do the work. But the work wasn't about memorizing our lines or blocking or cues, though we also had to do that. To do the work, we had to go to a place that was raw and unfiltered, finding our truth, however messy that may be. Doing the work was about honoring the playwright, having the courage to be emotional in order to do justice to the characters, to feel what the playwright intended us to feel, and tell a story. But the theater isn't the only place we need to do the work. As humans, we have a huge capacity to feel emotions. I think perhaps the single most important thing we can do to ensure a fulfilling life is to be open to feeling. Feeling will make life scarier in some ways, and more painful, but it will also make the happiness much greater. Don't be afraid to be messy. Don't be afraid to cry. Those of you who know me well know that I can't resist talking about an Ani DeFranco lyric whenever possible. One of my favorite lines is, quote, "When beauty asks a question, how often do you reply?" How often do you just look around and notice the beauty around you and let yourself feel in response? Let yourself reply to life, even when it's messy and ugly. That can be beautiful too. Do the work, as in learn to honor yourself and your life. Honor it the way Mr. O'Leary taught us to honor the playwright and the play. Look and listen for beauty. It's all around us. Reply. And sometimes when you feel yourself getting caught up in the bullshit, which we all do, remind yourself that there is more to life than this. You have the capacity to feel so much joy if you can embrace the mess. So embrace the mess, do the work, and reply to the beauty in your life. Thank you.
I'd like to dedicate this speech to my grandma, Diane, but we always called her Di-Di. She passed away in October 2020. Di-Di was an admirer of the arts and an ever-eager Scrabble opponent. She stood firmly for what she believed in and was unabashedly herself in ways that I aspired to. Di-Di was also an avid collector of antiques. Her apartment was a treasure trove for anyone in the market for yellowed books, miscellaneous tin cans, glass bottles, or innumerable wicker baskets. With each visit to her apartment, I'd dart room to room, discovering new mysterious trinkets delicately displayed on a shelf or tucked away in a drawer. Growing up, I never fully understood my grandma's fascination with antiques. Frankly, I still don't really see the appeal in displaying an 80-year-old vintage can of butterscotch pudding mix front and center on a bookcase, but that's what she was into, and it was always clear to me that her collection brought her great comfort and joy in life. Di-Di placed each of her collected antiques meticulously throughout her house. Each vintage bowling pin and every ancient clock face had its right place. So as her collection grew endlessly, nothing ever felt cluttered. Shuffling from her living room to her kitchen, Di-Di would smile, glancing at a china tea set resting on her coffee table, an old watering can precisely positioned on her windowsill, and a farm sign reading fresh eggs in barely legible chipped paint. These objects scattered throughout her home served to remind her of the delight she felt when finding new additions to her collection and the calm familiarity she associated with this hobby. Although Di-Di's love of antiques is still mostly a mystery to me, I believe her hobby offers some wisdom to the graduating class of 2023. Decorate your life with memories that give you joy and comfort, no matter how inconsequential they may seem, and use the lessons you've accumulated in ways that will hold meaning and impact in your own lives. Regardless of what each of us plans to do next, our futures are most certainly not yet determined. There's endless creativity, uncertainty, adventure, possibility, but leaving high school and embarking on whatever may lay ahead is most certainly not synonymous with leaving behind all of the memories, lessons, and experiences we've accumulated over these 4 years. Akin to many of Di-Di's antiques, much of my time at Morse has been a bit unpolished, maybe dented or rusty, but nonetheless valuable. Graduating offers an opportunity to dust off and display certain memories, our moments of kindness and laughter, the challenges we've faced, and maybe even some moments that we don't quite understand yet. These triumphs may be different for each of us individually, but we should not let that stop us. Though they may only be precious to you, they still hold as much value as a vintage rusted can of butterscotch pudding did for my Di-Di. Holding on to these moments you've gathered throughout high school is not to suggest you haphazardly throw lessons or memories into your future. Perhaps some things are best left within the walls of Morse. Rather, I hope we're all able to take a page out of Di-Di's book and find the time to select a few lessons and moments of high school and place them with intention, just as she did with her antiques, so that they may guide you and allow you to grow. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Thank you. All right, sorry. I gotta flip through mine. To my guys, gals, and non-binary pals, hello and welcome to the graduation of the class of 2023. I'd like to share something with you today that I've learned recently about a change in mentality from winning to learning that has changed my life. Over the past 4 years, and honestly well before them, I've strived for a number of awards and recognitions, not always for the right reasons, and very rarely successfully for any award that was not purely merit-based. As in, I was always able to perform well statistically, but very rarely selected after an interview or for awards about character and community building. Most recently, I had this experience at Dirigo State, a week-long statewide student government camp. At Dirigo, students have the opportunity to be selected as one of 2 delegates to attend Girls Nation, a national version of the state camp held in Washington, D.C., and my absolute dream. I worked incredibly hard all week to be noticed and selected for Girls Nation, asking insightful questions of our speakers and listening and absorbing the legislative process like nobody's business. I was not selected. And unfortunately, I let my disappointment at not being selected and consequent resentment for the girls who were cast a shadow on an otherwise incredible week. This fall, when the opportunity to interview for the U.S. Senate Youth Program rolled around, Ms. Trunny, in her infinite wisdom, did her utmost to impart upon me the idea of changing my mentality from winning to learning. I love to learn. I love school. It's one of the reasons I'm standing here today. However, that's not a side of myself historically that I've allowed a lot of people to see, the love of learning without the need for competition. There are a few topics and ideas that I would pursue regardless of accolades, that when I start to talk about them, I get this glow, and people start to listen. Mr. Stanton's Relationship Advice 101, passionate people are way more attractive. Knowing that, and having observed my love of government and the way that I light up when I speak about it, Mrs. Trundy begged me, repeatedly, because I was not listening well, to go into the U.S. Senate Youth interview weekend without the ambition of being selected, and instead with the goal of enjoying my experience. And I did. For perhaps the first time ever, I approached an interview without thinking about the end result. Instead, I leaned into the fact that I had 20 minutes to speak, uninterrupted, about the topic I love more than anything in the world. I then had the opportunity to spend 3 hours learning about Margaret Chase Smith, the greatest female and one of the greatest, period, senators of all time, who it turns out, like me, was from Maine, was 5'2", and was obsessed with everything NASA. At the end of the day, I left having no idea how I had placed. I knew I had done well. I had certainly presented a more genuine version of myself than I had felt comfortable showing in a long time. But more importantly, I had a phenomenal time. A month later, I was standing on stage in Montgomery Theater as one of 2 delegates from Maine for the U.S. Senate Youth Program. And that program was life-changing. At the Senate Youth Program, I found my place. I found my people. I will never forget eating dinner in the rotunda of the National Archives with the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, sitting next to someone who's now one of my favorite people in the world. Nor will I forget running through the basement of the Pentagon in Flats under strict instructions not to exit the stairwell at the mezzanine level, as we raced to meet the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. In switching my mentality from winning to learning, I allowed my light to shine through in my interview for the U.S. Senate Youth Program. In switching my mentality, I spent my week in D.C. with the people I gravitated towards instead of attempting to network the room. When I made that switch, I became a much happier and more genuine version of myself, which benefited both me and the people around me. As we go forward today, I would encourage everyone here to pay more attention to the things they light up for. Listen to the things that make you glow. The people, the places, the passions. What ideas are you speaking about when people listen differently? Which people cause you to light up when you speak about them? Not only will you be happier, but you are much more likely to be successful doing something you enjoy. With that, I will say good luck and congratulations to the class of 2023. It has been an honor to learn with you. Thank you all for being here today.
Good afternoon. My name is Katrina Barter, and I have the pleasure of presenting the Patricia Ames Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award today. Morse began honoring outstanding faculty members with this award during the 1986 graduation. Dr. Ames was an exceptional teacher with a drive for effective classroom instruction. This award, which bears her name, honors the most deserving of our colleagues for consistent, passionate, and committed work in the classroom. The same principles that lead the selection of the recipient guide our daily work with our students: to think, to care, and to act. This year's Dr. Patricia Ames recipient is a teacher at Morse who is a quiet leader and who flies under the radar. Her generosity with knowledge and time is consistent and steadfast, and she does everything she can to make sure students have a successful, positive experience in her classroom. She is one of the warmest, most patient people in our building. This teacher always makes herself available to students and is a fabulous resource and supportive peer to all of us. She treats everyone with respect and compassion. The students in her classroom understand that there are expectations just as surely as there is a warm, inviting atmosphere in the room, complete with plants and essential oils. A sunny Floridian beach scene is most likely beaming from the Promethean, and everyone is greeted with a genuine welcome and a smile before being guided through various books, plays, and respectful discussions. This remarkable woman is incredibly modest and disinterested in being in the spotlight. When I went to tell her that she had been chosen for the award, her first response was, "What? No, I cannot accept this. Are you sure that it's me?" And yet she overcame her fear of fainting in front of a large crowd and is here today with her family to accept this honorable award. So let us welcome to the stage this year's distinguished teacher, Ashley Began-Smith.
Thank you, Katrina, and congratulations, graduates, along with your families and friends. And this is for you, even though you're behind me. I am truly honored to be celebrating with you today, and I sincerely thank you for your belief in me as an educator. As with any recognition achieved in life, gratitude extends beyond myself. Thank you to my family and friends, my colleagues, my students, and my community at large. But I know I would not be standing before you today were it not for my enduring efforts to understand and believe in myself. Self-discovery is a lifelong process involving challenging moments of uncertainty, doubt, second-guessing, and sometimes grief. But self-discovery may also be the most essential and rewarding journey of your life. We all begin this journey at a young age. We test the waters of our environment, gain life experience, and along the way endure countless moments that test our sense of self. We compare, we judge, we critique, we doubt. Yet through it all, there is always a part of ourselves that longs to burn brightly. We can, understandably, dismiss our inner wisdom in favor of external validation and approval from others. But we can also choose to listen to our inner knowing. We can choose to nurture and empower the authentic spark within. Easier said than done, though, right? Especially when faced with the pressures of a demanding, often critical society whose values can sometimes feel in conflict with our own. There are no easy answers in life, but I offer these insights with the hope that they may be useful in your personal journey of self-discovery. First, trust that you are enough. Meet yourself exactly where you are without judgment. Then, ask yourself, is this who I want to be? Remember the basics. Rest when you are tired, eat when you are hungry. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Really listen, then find healthy ways to meet those needs. Question your beliefs, your judgments, and your fears. Ask yourself, how are these limiting my potential? How can I expand beyond these to provide opportunity for growth? Remember to apply the wisdom of Maya Angelou, who said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Release the need to control outcomes and instead invite in curiosity. Again, ask yourself, what would it feel like to surrender the illusion of control? How will I live with an open and loving heart? Build resilience. Resilience is life's great superpower. You will get knocked down in life and it will hurt, but with resilience, you will also get back up, of course, stronger and wiser than before. Speak kindly to yourself. You will never speak to anyone more than you speak to yourself in your own head. So be your own champion, comfort yourself in times of stress, but also challenge yourself to be accountable and to really show up for this world. Finally, strike the balance between me and we. Create community in order to find your purpose. Seek out your people, ask for help, Allow yourself to receive, and in return, give back. As you discover your purpose, remember that you are perfectly unique. There will never be anyone else quite like you in all of time, in all the universe. Believe this truth. Care for your needs, and you will always know where you are needed. Be a light unto yourself, and you will be a light unto the world. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Eric Varney, principal of Morse High School. It is my pleasure to confirm that all of the seniors sitting behind me today have fulfilled Morse High School's graduation requirements or the state of Maine requirements for high school diploma. I could not be more proud for the class of 2023. They have faced many challenges in their years in high school, and they have persevered. It is now time to award some diplomas.
Thomas Andrew Farellano. Natalie Barbara Emerson. Jane Ellen Willett. Andrew Ryan Card. Francesca Maria Ferre. Cody Andrew Stewart. Olivia Janae Eames. Dalton Guy Johnstone. Kylie Marie Martin. Nicole Catherine Sullivan. Margaret Lee Hibble. Ruth Anna Hart.
Abigail Elizabeth Hines. Riley Nathan Carpenter Dunn. Emma Elizabeth Benoit. Riley Andrew Harper. Cassidy Marie Gustafson. Vivian Claire Blackwell Peavy. Yvonne Bubby. Nicholas Carmine David Pesh. Joshua Maureen Robinson. Andrew William James Layton. Micah Charles Longbottom. Riley Andrews Gale. Jackson Allen Fuller. Bjorn Allen Langord. Natalie Alma Cattell. Alexa Marie Cressy. Samuel Kevin Prager. Wyatt Christopher Wallace Craney. Manasseh Mukugilwa. Santiago Saidiza. Daniel Sherwood. Blake James McMahon. Aaron Bustamante Belugan. Angus Stratton Tibbetts. Caleb Josiah Summers. Jason Hamilton Bussey. Hannah Abigail Moore. Ella Marie Jackson. Lainey Jean Brewer. Paige Lene Lavoie. Caleb Christopher LaRose. Colby Daniel Dolan. Julia Grace Pirot Ridley. Amber Jade Gilbert. Natalie Marie Stiles. Taylor Lynn Mario. Kira Josephine Thorne. Delaney Rain Rector. Scarlett Vargas Silveranes. Lily Lavos. John Colby Arsenal. Kelsey Lynn Coling. Cadence Lynn Burden. Caden Richard Lopez. Sadie Lorraine McCall. Aaliyah Dolores Marie James. Nathan Samuel Goodman. Marissa Ann Miles. Christopher John Charles Tebben. Mark Anthony Bradford. Liani Liz Rodriguez. Ashante Shanae Buford. Tayton Duane Shutt. Samuel Zachary Wilson. Oliver Wyatt Short Galuza. Andrew Curtis Willie. Sean and Alexander Wheeler. Atticus Raven Simpson Brown. Danielle Autumn Bryant. Emily Ann Eisenbach. Madison Owen Riddle.
Sophia Harriet Kovacs. Gloriana Elena Fiesta. Zoe Littlefern Brush. Nola Bean Valade. Colleen Fitzpatrick Cashman. Lucy Blanche Mercer. David Joseph Brown. Gavin Dakota Belargin. Haley Nicole Jackson. Sophia Marie Barber. Hannah Marcia Elizabeth Baker. Libby May Wallace. Tristan Richard Beveridge. Zachary Russell Carpenter. Brandon Leo Reed. Braden David Weber. Moritz Schulze. Zachary Miles Foreman. Gabe Everett Morrison. Benjamin Jarrett Foreman. Chastity Ann Rutledge. Alexandria Lee Hall. Maximilian Anthony Owen. Nathan Michael Nickerson. Egan Oberon Wright. Magdalena Gray Woodmore. Hazel Rebecca Smith. Grace Dempsey Blair. Aiden Dylan Beecher. Connor Garrett Dever. Destiny Hope Sewell. Carl Michael Osgood Jr. Sophie Catherine Booth. Connor Isaiah Michael Muldowney. Cassidy Savannah Ludwig. Marissa Brooke Cavallera. Ivianne Elizabeth Gonzalez. Dylan Michelle Barr. Adriana Marie Gonzalez. Gage Ian Barnes. Haley Louise Sewell. Ryan Andrew Dion. Wyatt Anthony Shipley. Cameron Michelle Jones. Madison Brooke Kaler. Caden Knight Doyle. Camden Elizabeth Johnson. Sadie Elizabeth Kaplan. Elliot Downing. Chalk Smith. Kaylee Ann Brillia. Evangeline Fiona Peterson. Madison Emily Davis. Dylan Scarlett Arsenal. Akil Kamal Alaboudi. Jeppy Craig Phillips Jr. Kenya Yvonne Allen. Jean Louise Paul. Brooke Ann Lindsay. Ashlyn Yvette Cox. Kelsey Ray Terrell. Payne Elizabeth Clark. Haley Ann Saluki. Isaac William Phoenix. Grace Ann Munsey. Katahdin Rose Lang. Mason Dana Michael Mowry. Dana Warren Lord III. Leona Caprice Croda. Annabelle Agnes Mason. Savannah Ann Breton. Carolyn Rose Maria Tickham. Severin Douglas Denyer. And the newest graduate of Morse High School and member of the Bath High School Alumni Association is Nikolai James Crossan.
I now present to you the graduated class of 2023.